what you are seeing is our training regimen. We, Brendan and Dave, had to do what little we could to get ready.
Our life was based in Asia, specifically China. After 5 years, we had worked and traveled across the great continent. Filmed a travel show here, filmed another there. Sometimes it felt as though we had filmed everywhere.
But we had never produced anything. Not a single show outside Asia. It seemed extraordinary that we had never made a single travel documentary in our home country, the United States.
This would all change with our new target, Alaska's Mount McKinley, also known in its Native American name as Denali, or High One.
With only a month's notice, we had our work cut out for us. We prepared to climb the highest peak in North America, reaching 20,320 feet from our current city of 20 million, Beijing, the Chinese national capital that rises 140 feet above sea level. For this expedition, we required a third member, Paco.
Paco, ahí sí lao.
Cheers with your crab leg.
He was an old friend from Spain who we hadn't seen in a decade.
Paco was attempting to climb the highest mountain on each continent, termed the Seven Summits. He had 5 of them in the bag, including Mount Everest, but had failed on Denali the year earlier. If he didn't make the summit this year, he was considering whether he should throw in the towel altogether. In need of a team, it was his idea for us to join him on Denali to begin with.
For such a serious expedition, there remained a lot to learn about each other. Our first face-to-face meeting in years was in Anchorage, Alaska, just 24 hours before the climb, and we had yet to buy the bulk of our supplies.
So we have to figure out the skins too.
All of this responsibility, and still, we failed to stay focused.
We're supposed to be doing last-minute preparations. So far, we've had a pitcher of beer.
You gonna go take a beer?
Yes. And bought retarded hats.
It's too small.
Ah,
You can't have the same one either. It's not how you want to prepare for McKinley.
As a party, we were doing fine, but as a team, we were potentially a disaster.
I don't like to film too much in the streets, in the drunk, no, because it's not my life for the fact.
Middle of the night, hanging out in a bar. Fights. Yeah.
Down there.
Crazy. Funny people. And this guy.
Fucking awesome. I can't believe it's fucking 1:30 in the morning and we're going climbing one of the biggest mountains. No, the biggest mountain in North America tomorrow. Cool.
You don't climb with your arms, buddy.
Shit.
No.
Paco, puta madre.
Tienes que ir, hijo. No. Hey, where'd I park the car?
Alright, so the problem is Paco just went into another bar.
Paco's crazy.
We're in the back neighborhoods of Anchorage.
Oh, mommy, mommy, too. Oh, mommy, too. Oh, mommy, mommy, mommy. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy, mommy, too. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy, mommy. I want to know the cat and seven and right. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy, mommy, true. Oh, mommy, true. Solo hay que putas.
We decided to party instead of pack. And now we have some fucking packing to do.
Damn it. Train tomorrow.
McKinley is the one to the right. We can't see the summit. Almost see it, but not quite.
The haze cleared from our minds, and the first real view of what we were about to attempt rose before us. Denali sits only 200 miles south of the Arctic Circle. Meanwhile, its height by top to bottom measurement rather than by elevation is approximately 6,000 feet higher than Mount Everest. Denali makes for a cold and sobering sight.
The launching point for climbers to Denali is the former prospecting town, now tourist village, Talkeetna.
Just as Anchorage distracts you with the party, Talkeetna can distract you with its laid-back vibe and surrounding beauty.
Our first order of business was to organize the equipment. One of the most important tasks was preparing the ski bindings, which help attach the mountaineering boots to the skis, and the climbing skins, which help for walking uphill on snow.
Step 10 just says rip off the screw.
You also must check in at the ranger station. There, a constantly running TV program sums up what climbers face.
Each time you watch it, you get a little bit more scared.
Gusting over 100 miles an hour have blown climbers off the mountain.
Don't like that part.
This climbing season was proving particularly difficult. Only a few dozen climbers had thus far reached the summit and safely returned. 4 had died trying. Next to the airport, you'll find the Talkeetna Cemetery, which hosts a memorial to climbers killed on Denali. There, a quotation by the great naturalist John Muir reads,
"Let children walk with nature. Let them see the beautiful blendings and communion of death and life. Their joyous, inseparable unity, as taught in woods and meadows, plains and mountains, and streams of our blessed star. And they will learn that death is stingless indeed, and as beautiful as life."
Those who have died are listed below the quotation. No plaque had been placed for this year, as the season was not over.
We were cleared to climb.
Pretty eye-opening. Yeah, your eyes get wide with each little piece of information that you have to take very seriously.
We had doubts. Talkeetna was gorgeous, but Denali was in flux.
Is the cloud good or bad?
It's bad.
Change weather. It's changing.
There comes a choice that every team must make. Stay in Talkeetna or go. We were hesitating.
Loading up all the packs. Everybody's carrying about 50 pounds in their backpack and another 50 pounds on a sled. Getting the airplane loaded right now.
There are no roads that access the base of Denali. Below outstretches a complete wilderness of greenery that transforms into a wilderness of snow, and finally a wilderness of ice and jagged rock. The mountains, and the mountain, get bigger and bigger in the windows. It is now when the reality of the severe environment and the challenge of the climb sink in.
The Denali Base Camp and its frozen runway sit at 7,300 feet on the south fork of the Kahiltna Glacier. People mill about, but everyone feels distant, separated, focused on their own mission.
Packing up at base camp to try and head out to Camp 1. Yeah, we're gonna try and ski most of the way. And then we're gonna have to do some skiing uphill with the skins on the bottom of the skis.
We traveled all of 200 yards when things started going wrong.
First, Dave's boots.
Can't tighten the boots?
Yeah, I got fucking foil on top of them. You can't stitch down.
And then Paco's ski binding.
What'd you do to your ski?
Bad luck.
Broken, huh?
Well, what can I do? You know what I mean? Parece que no quiere esta montaña.
Bad start.
The hour was getting later, darker, colder, as we tried to fix Paco's ski binding. We hadn't even started to climb yet. We still had to ski down. The route involves dropping 500 vertical feet down what is appropriately named Heartbreak Hill before climbing up the crevassed main channel of the Kahiltna Glacier. Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3. Around the infamous windy corner, Camp 4, and the hardest part is after that. But we now wondered if we could even reach Camp 1.
It was hard not to think that our carelessness earlier on had something to do with this game-ending predicament.
I don't like to film. I don't like to film. Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy, mommy, too. Oh, mommy.
After fixing Paco's skis, just need to get down to the bottom of this hill. We've had an unbelievable amount of equipment problems. We're about 20 minutes in on a 4-hour trail, and we've been doing it for like 3 hours.
Some bad words today. Bad words.
As we pushed forward, our hope returned.
Really nice place, eh?
Yeah, gorgeous. It's amazing there's 500 people up here and there's nobody around.
Yeah, how is that possible?
I think it's the best moment, eh? The more cold moment. Right. The coldest moment for to put it in. Okay. That's this here.
A new day full of new opportunities. A day to calmly take in where we were.
A day to ponder the great massifs that stood before us and wonder whether we would ever make it from here to there.
We are really happy because I arrived here in one day, maybe today minimum second camp, and we hopeful the night combine us, the good weather and the storms.
Yeah. Coming up Hill in the Pass, out of Camp 1, very hard.
By evening, we set up our tent. The problems we had been having seemed long behind us.
And it's a lot colder up here. Tomorrow we're gonna go to Camp 3.
You need to invent a history, no? For
Invent history?
I have some ideas.
To make history?
Yeah.
What's the strategy for the next hill?
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
You can't stop because you have this ice up ahead. And it's this huge overhang. I mean, it must be 300 feet or something like that of ice overhang. And if you stop there, it could, I mean, you never know, part of it could drop right on top of you.
The weather shifted on us, but we arrived without issue.
Paco, how do we do? Camp 3?
We arrived from Camp 2 in 1 hour 45 minutes. Incredible, with all the things. We arrived here, we find a very nice place, and we have a luck. I think we are very strong team, and strong together too. Eh? Yeah. We keep him wild.
Willpower.
How say? Wild?
Definitely some willpower going up that last steep hill. Oh.
Congratulations. Very strong people.
Yeah.
Let's get that tent set up and drink.
Camp 3 is a milestone. The race up the mountain slows down. Teams take a deep breath, swap some stories perhaps, before the next push.
Once the sun goes down, it gets really cold. Most people have gone back into their tents. We're just doing a couple more bottles of water, maybe a bowl of soup, and then we're gonna crash for the night.
Even while dying.
Even while dying.
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 Do it. Do it.
Fuck you.
Good night, Paco.
Good night.
Good night, Dave.
Good night.
Good night, Brendan. Good night.
A window of good weather meant we had to climb ahead.
Try to ride Camp 4 with heavy packs and fuel, food, everything that we need these days.
Headed up towards Windy Corner. Whew. Got one more steep hill before we get to the place we can put our shit. Sorry, put our stuff. Feeling strong, but it is tough work.
As we approached the infamous Windy Corner, we saw some unwelcome signs.
Oh, I look, it's coming very bad. Bad things. It's coming. Bad weather. You look, all clouds.
Oh my God.
Look.
Yeah, it's a big front coming in.
No, it's coming.
Yeah.
Coming. Come on.
It's amazing we're here at Windy Corner and there's no wind, but you can see the rocks right here. I mean, McKinley gets tons of snow and it just rips it off this ridge right here, but there's no wind today.
No, normally in this place it's It's hard.
So maybe
It's windy. Today have a lack.
Paco drank all my water.
Yeah.
From Windy Corner, it's another couple hours of climbing to reach Camp 4.
Camp 4.
Set on a shelf of Denali, just to reach Camp 4 at 14,280 feet is a great accomplishment and relief. It's the best place to literally catch your breath. But the big prize still rises 6,000 feet above. The ridge atop the face you see here, which is named the West Buttress, is still only between 16 and 17,000 feet. The location of Camp 5 rests on top of it. From there, another grueling 3,000 feet remains to reach the summit.
In the meantime, people are more likely to stay at Camp 4 for an extended period of time than at other camps, making it like a small town. Climbers from around the world release their bowels, build camp, defecate, cook lots of food.
Our new friends from Taiwan.
Yeah, man.
Poop, and socialize.
guiding on the north side of Everest this year.
This gentleman is Vern Tejas, a renowned mountain guide who has summited Denali 50 times, more than anyone else in the world.
The last ridge, you say, is not dangerous.
I've walked it many times. I love it. Yeah, you can fall. You can go 2 miles down the south face. But you can also walk across it and go like, this is great. Freedom of the hills. I don't have a rope on. I don't have a harness on. It's not intrinsically dangerous. But if a crampon comes off, if you trip, like I'm sure millions of probably hundreds of mountaineers have died just tripping. Okay, stupid thing. You catch a crampon, and then all of a sudden you're around 45 degrees and you're going fast and you don't have your ice axe out and you're dead.
Don't be delighted with the company. Come on and do the house rock and feel like everybody has rock. Everybody loves their rock. We're dancing to the rock.
When go, only past. Stay a little rest there. And continually to the summit and come back. You know what I mean?
Paco explained his strategy that we skip Camp 5 and assault the summit directly from Camp 4.
For help us, no? For safety and also for to have some place warm. War is his joke.
This is the advanced weather forecasting system they have up here at 14,000 Camp on McKinley. As you can see, you can't control the weather. Minus 40 degrees. Eat more bacon. Choose your own weather. It's a pretty good one. 100% chance of weather. Very clear, accurate. Wind followed by increasing wind. That's a good one. Ambiguously vague. Out the vestibule forecast, which means you open up your tent, look out, and that's what the weather is. And the last one, sunny, 70 degrees. Break out your bikini and spandex shorts. Let's just give it a spin, see what today is going to be. You can't control the weather. I just went to the ranger station behind me to see if they had their weather board out. It's not there. Probably because it's snowing hard and windy up top. We're just waiting for the weather to change, then we can make a move. It's, you know, I could say it's boring here, but we're making the most out of it. Met some really cool people, playing some guitar, which is cool.
And after reaching the ridge at the end of the day, like that one right there, maybe for you tomorrow, get to the top, you just gotta say, Olé. And I might strum it from the summit in a couple of days. Who knows? Some Brit has her way.
Today we're hanging at camp, trying to figure out what the weather's doing, which is impossible because it changes all the time. A bunch of people going up. Some guys that summited yesterday, but they said it was pretty crap. You couldn't see anything, but there was no wind. Wind is one of the things that can really bring you down because it causes frostbite really quickly. So right now they think there's a lenticular cloud up there, which is one of those round clouds that gets formed on top of the mountain, and that usually means high winds, cold temperatures. One of the guys I talked to said he saw about 22 people headed up there. He's not sure if they're gonna make it just because of the weather. For us, we're trying to figure out if we want to go. Paco wants to go from here, 14,000 feet up to the top. But me and Dave are trying to convince him to go up to 17 and spend a night there. The problem with that is that the camp up there is pretty cold and pretty harsh. It's not comfortable like this one. Yep, we'll see what happens. I already told Paco my 2 cents. I said I'd rather go up and make it in 2 pushes instead of 1 giant push.
The rangers said it's a good day to do something. Probably 25-mile-an-hour winds up at the top, and which is chilly, but it's just, I mean, and then I asked him, I was like, well, what do you think is, you know, I know what you're gonna say, but what do you think about the weather? You know, and then he's like, he just went like this. He's like, this is how it works. And I looked at the board and it's already changed again. It's like now it's a little bit of snow maybe and stuff, but now it's saying most of the snow might stick below 14,000 feet. So up above, it might be more clear because maybe there's a high pressure system up above, like an inversion or something like that. I don't know. So you just don't know. It's a good day to do something. That's what he said.
Did he mean climb?
Yep. Well, he said something, you know. I guess you could consider something going to the bathroom or, you know, scratching your butt, but I assume he meant climbing.
Any news?
News? No.
Did they say anything?
Same thing. Always the same. I don't know what to do. Really?
Nobody knows what to do.
Uh-huh.
It seems kind of like in the Northwest where they try to get the weather right and they're fairly accurate, but they get it wrong all the time, especially when it comes to the mountains.
I'll say.
And so I don't know.
See, after Katrina, we lost a couple satellites.
Yeah.
And then all the fishermen got together and we complained about it.
Okay.
And our weather has been so accurate the last year and a half. It's unbelievable. In the morning, it'll be southwest 35. Afternoon, you know, it'll be, you know, turn to westerly, and after midnight, it's going to go northwest, you know, 50. And you can.
And they're calling that before.
That they're calling that morning for that day, and then they'll give a tomorrow, and then they'll give a 3-day outlook.
And so the question is, why aren't they doing that here a little bit more?
Well, I mean, for one, you know, Mariners, you know, we did a lot of complaining and so we got that service, and but there's a lot of people up here.
At 17, 104, wind from 17 to the summit, southeast at 15.
Snow's getting worse. Time to get inside.
Several groups of people decided not to wait any longer and to push up the head wall and the west buttress. The site reminded us of iconic images of daring souls facing Chilkoot Pass during the Alaska Gold Rush.
We've been stuck in the tent all day. It's been snowing constantly. It's cold, and we're starting to get tent fever. We're going crazy. And it's only just started. We're hoping it would be midnight. Look at how light it is. And we're just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Es que me veo y me muero de la risa. Estamos jodidos, hace mal tiempo. Y menos mal que no nos hemos quedado en el 5. La gente se ha quedado en el 5 a dormir. Y nosotros, bueno, estamos aquí, no dormimos ni nada, pero
No sé.
This might be the first of like 5 days of this.
What's your history with McKinley?
I climbed it the first time in 1986.
86.
Then I came back and then I went to Kodiak on a job, and I was gonna climb in 87. I was training.
Okay.
And then I got this job in Kodiak, so I went to Kodiak and met Brian, and invited him on the climb.
Okay.
25 years later, he's here.
He didn't come.
No.
25 years. What's so significant about 25 years, Brian?
25 years ago, we had I met this really cool guy in Kodiak, and he came in and he built this rock mantle in our house, and his name was Marty Raney. But he invited me on a climb on McKinley, and it's taken me 25 years to actually cash in that offer, and it's been an unbelievable venture up till now, and it's only going to get better. So we've I feel so fortunate to be on this trip, and it's been met some great people. It's just been unbelievable so far.
So I didn't climb it in
87.
But I did in 88, and
Okay.
then 90, 91, 92, a whole bunch. And then I met Vern in 88.
Okay.
We started guiding in the 90s. And then, I don't know.
Was it different era then? Different feel of McKinley, or is the spirit alive?
Well, in the 80s, there was no protection, nothing up high. Anyway, a lot of adventures since then.
What is there something about McKinley that makes you come back here a lot?
Have you seen it?
It's big.
It's freaking insane.
It is insane. It's driving me crazy every day.
You hear Paco? It calls to me.
It calls to me.
That's what he says. Have you seen it? And you ask me, why are you McKinley? I should take you out.
I think McKinley has a good shot of doing that too, but I'm going to try to play it safe.
Sorry, I got a little excited. I got a little excited.
It's a hell of a mountain.
It's the tallest mountain in the world. Did you know that? You cut them all off at the bottom.
It's the tallest.
Yeah, it's the tallest. Did you know that?
I saw that.
You know it now.
I knew it now.
It's the tallest. It's the coldest. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You'll know it tonight.
Probably tomorrow morning too.
freeze my stones off.
It's the biggest. I think mass too.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's got it all. The highest vertical wall, the Wickersham. Pick one. What do you want? It's got everything.
Is there something about McKinley?
Great tonight.
Well,
Is there something McKinley that
for
you're
me,
from Alaska, yeah?
I'm an Alaskan. My whole adult chosen life, I came up when I was 19. So, yeah, that's what really. Maybe I'll go climb another mountain, but probably not.
Dave and Paco got a big argument this morning. That's pretty cool.
If you try to boil it 4 liters, you try. You need to wait 1 hour more.
Hablas con nosotros como no somos adultos.
No,
somos niños.
Sorry,
tío.
no, I know.
Pero tú hablas así.
Pero una vez. Pero yo digo una vez, lo digo 2 veces, lo digo 4 veces. Nobody go like this. No.
That's. Are you serious?
No.
Are you serious?
No, así yo no, tío.
Más o menos.
No, más o menos no.
Boiling water, making soups, hanging out with Paco and Dave. Pretty awesome. It's snowing like crazy outside. Came to bed early because I wanted to get warm. It's pretty cold. Tomorrow's supposed to be pretty crappy. Lots of snow. The weather's awesome to climb in today, but Paco doesn't want to go climbing because he says the weather's bad. Got a pretty pessimistic attitude on the weather.
I spent about 15 hours in the tent yesterday, sleeping, thinking, talking to myself, and staring at the tent walls. We just gotta get up to that Camp 5, the high camp. Wasting opportunities. Today would be a perfect day. We might have to weather a really hard day tomorrow, but come on. Quit being babies, right? Pretty sure this is day 6 up at Camp 4. Paco's arguing that it's day 5, but I think he's wrong. Tomorrow it's supposed to be pretty bad, but we might try and make it up to the high camp at 17,000 feet. And yeah, just trying to keep sane. Pretty weird place to be stuck for a week. What's going on?
Just bored. Sitting around a long time, not doing anything. It's just like, it always seems like everything is not quite good enough to continue on. Maybe that's right, but you know, it's just gotta learn to be patient. And also maybe you have to accept, you never know, you might just have to accept, you just have to go back down too. Maybe we won't do it.
The problem no es
del viento, no está hablando de no dicen nada, es que
I need now about the wind.
pero dicen no es algo fuerte,
No.
eso más o menos, es que están diciendo que no es ahora.
Yeah.
Y después martes también por la mañana está abierta.
Sí.
Pero después martes se cambia.
Ya.
¿Me entiendes? Entonces a esta ventana de lunes, from Monday until Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah,
y más o menos hay que regresar
antes de
Tuesday afternoon, más o menos, eso dicen. Yo hablé con el ranger, él me explicó un poco más claramente. Y yo estaba hablando con Mario también.
But they don't know too much.
No.
No, it's I
know,
not lose respect today,
No.
you know what I mean? But they haven't instruments and here for to know how is the weather. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Go, try to go Camp 5.
Yeah.
With the storm, I don't know.
We'll see, huh?
Yeah, go.
Camp 4 faded away. Two of our new friends, Brian and Britt, watched us go.
It's a little bit cold, but not bad. Just taking it kind of slow, moving it up to the head wall.
Up ahead, two groups were struggling on the fixed ropes of the head wall. By the time we reached the 50+ degree face, the weather took a turn for the better, though the hour was late and the temperature was dropping rapidly.
Change this from here through that up to there. Just do one hand, like that. Take it off that rope and put it on that rope. Big cross here.
When it's clear, the landscape above Camp 4 is stunning, yet there's an isolation you feel compared to most other beautiful places in the world. You being on the spine of the West Buttress is a complete abnormality.
In other words, the mountains in no way involve you. They don't invite anything human. You are in a marvelous place, but you absolutely don't belong.
What time is it, Paco?
9:33.
Oh, that took us 3 hours, huh?
More than 3 hours.
Okay.
2 carabiners.
What's that?
2 carabiners.
Paco's climbing right beneath Washburn's Thumb. That means, God, we have so much farther to go. This mountain is so big. It looks like just like nothing to get here, and it took at least an hour.
The sun was sinking and soon it would turn deadly cold.
It's probably around 11 at night. It's cold. We're getting close to high camp, but it's still a little far away.
By the time we arrived, other climbers at Camp 5 were already in their shelters. The temperature was plummeting well below sub-zero. It may be difficult to realize as you watch this scene, but we were panicking. The cold bit us with razor-sharp teeth. Every extra second we were outside, we were a stage closer to frostbite and hypothermia. We were on the verge of being too cold to put the tent together at all. And that would be disastrous.
Come on, Dave. Yeah.
Definitely warmer in here. Yeah, right there. That's good.
Oh my God, that might be the coldest I've ever been in.
It's no wind, it's sunny, it's incredible.
We had gone from there, Camp 4, to here. It felt as though we had already been through so much, but there still remained another 3,000 feet to climb. For our expedition, it was now or never.
We just left Camp 5, last camp before we hit the summit. So looking at probably 4 to 6 hours today. About 17,000 to 20,000 plus feet. It's not gonna be easy, but if we get it done today, then it's game over. Yeah.
The face above Camp 5 is the Autobahn, named for climbers who slid away high speed because they didn't secure themselves properly. 3 people had died on the icy slope this year.
The section called the Autobahn because it's so dangerous. People fall all the time. You got a rope in?
We just came around Denali Pass. The mountain just keeps going. It's huge. Just keeps going up. Really, really hard. Trying to keep my head on straight. A little delusional. Kind of off balance. Feels like in a movie. Walk up here.
The summit was just there in the distance, but it seemed too far away. The lack of oxygen was taking its toll on us.
Just fucking losing my mind. Losing my mind. I'm going crazy. I'm so close, but I almost don't even care. Actually, I pretty much don't care. This is amazing, man.
Yeah. Surreal right now. I don't know, the low oxygen. Actually making it here, I feel like somebody got me with horse tranquilizers. can't talk very well.
If you hit the weather right, the view from Denali's Peak can be a righteous experience.
It's at the top, made it. Fuck guys, good job. Unbelievable. Thank you, Paco.
Thank you.
For getting us to the top.
And yet, reaching the summit is a relief over an accomplishment. It's the marker that releases you from your quest, the welcome high point that allows your exhausted body and mind to say, go home.
The top is only halfway. Now you gotta get down safely.
If the weather cooperates, you can collect your supplies and refuse, as well as descend all the way back down to the frozen airport to fly out within 24 hours.
What do you think?
Hola amigos, vaya pedazo de expedición. Sois el equipo mejor que he tenido nunca.
On this flight, you look at the scenery differently than when you flew in. True, it's still massive, cold, impersonal, beautiful. You did nothing to Denali besides barely scuff its ice, your marks vanishing by the next day's snowstorm.
But at the same time, you remember the people.
Is there something about McKinley?
Have you seen it? It's freaking insane.
It is insane.
And the unforgettable journey.
Mango, tan tan tan, que rico mango, mambo, mambo, que rico es,
It's at the top, made it. Fuck guys, good job. Thank you, Paco. Thank you for getting us to the top.
You know that Denali, the high one, profoundly and permanently changed you.
Well, some folks live here and some folks don't, yeah. Some will leave, but you know I won't. I came here as a young man, it's been a few years ago. Well, I like these mountains, I like these trees. Sometimes at night I hear them calling me, and with a song in my head, I grab my hat and I go. And after reaching the ridge at the end of the day, overcome with it all, I just gotta say, Odele. And I will strum it from a summit, yes I will. If I can't find a summit, I'll strum it from a hill, Odele. Now, most folks never heard of us, and they've never seen a Stradivarius. But if you're ever in these mountains, and you hear a fiddling sound, well, it's just Vern Tejas on the wind performing random acts and violins. And on the rooftops of the world, you can be found. And after reaching the ridge at the end of the day, overcome by it all, I just gotta say, ole.